up, guys? It's our wrestling podcast coming back at you with another episode. This is Dave Vicious, along with Jess Total Package and the Nature Boy Joe, bringing you our perspective on the world of professional wrestling. No inside sources, no ties to the industry, just stories from the diehards, sharing opinions with you. Today's topic: whatever happened to Matt Borne? For audio fans, give us a listen on Apple, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Or for video, check us out on YouTube at Our Wrestling Channel. And, Justin's got some options for you on the left.
Die.
He would
Shut up.
Give you a big smooch.
Blah, blah, blah.
If you give him a follow on Instagram at O.W.P 2019. Don't forget O.W.P 2019 on Instagram.
Yeah.
Jess loves you.
Sure.
I am a big Matt Borne fan. What do you guys think of? What do you guys think of all Matt Borne?
Yeah, Matt Borne, really, it's so funny. I think that success is defined in pro wrestling a lot of different ways. And you have the success that happens later when people kind of realize your body of work. Wow, you know what? Thinking about that person, they were really good. But maybe at the time they were just, average, or they'd only made an average living, or they only, were over an average amount, like a mid-carder per se. And then you have the other side of it where they have this amazing gimmick with that blew up. And I think Matt Borne kind of represents both in a way. But also he's the third part of that is he's a tragic story.
Well, it's kind of it also goes to the point too of that this was a great idea that could have been done poorly, and I think we see both sides of it, with Matt Borne and then his replacement. So when they went out to obviously they had this idea of okay, we're gonna we're a clown show, we're a cartoon, we're a circus, whatever. Well, we're gonna give you that, but they knew that for the gimmick to work, they actually had to put somebody in there that had some chops, somebody that could really deliver on that gimmick, because we saw later on the replacement didn't deliver at all, but Matt Borne was able to take that and own it and really bring that character to life, not only through the storytelling of it, but also it was actually a really good wrestler. I mean, I think that was, remember back in the day seeing him and it was dude, this, I get it. I get the joke, it's a clown show, but this dude fucking throws down.
Yeah. The psychology, especially.
Yeah.
Matt was born on July 27th of 1957.
I'm sorry, what, Dave?
It's weird.
Sorry.
1957.
Stupid.
What?
I'll stop.
What's interesting, according to this, is we don't know if he's born in Portland or if he's born in Charlotte.
He was what in Portland?
One of those.
Sorry. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
All
All right, I'm going to bed. Good night.
He debuted in 1978, December 6th, under the name Matt Borne, in the NWA territories. He had some roots. He was the son of wrestler Tough Tony Borne, giving him a little bit of exposure early in the business. And we get into that NWA territory success from 78 to 84. He wrestled in National Wrestling Alliance, including the Pacific Northwest Wrestling set, multiple tag title reigns, and a heavyweight competition there. Mid-Atlantic, he won his first recognized championship on June 6th of 1980. You got a tag title with Buzz Sawyer there. And then we go to Mid-South. Born allies with Ted DiBiase and Jim Duggan in the heel stable of the Rat Pack. Man,
and we did a when wrestling got real, where him and Duggan really didn't like each other in real life and everything. And just think about the years, by the way, that Dave's saying right now. Doink the Clown was 1993. And you have Matt Borne wrestling in the late 70s and early 80s in the territories or whatever. You just don't.
Yeah, I didn't remember him being around that long, but holy shit.
Right. I was just going to actually question you and be Joe, Jesus Christ. This guy was among us the entire time when we were learning about territories and all that stuff or whatever. So how old was he in 93 is my question. And then you question the bodies of wrestlers back in the travel wear. Their bodies get broken down. This guy, no surprise, he was super hooked on whatever you could think of in 93 because he'd been wrestling since the goddamn 70s. the late 70s, early 80s.
He won a Mid-South Tag Championship with DiBiase in 82.
Yeah, fuck. Well, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like,
Matt was a good worker, but just, he just had an attitude about him that wasn't the best.
Yeah, it's rest in peace to Matt Borne. I'm sure he's a lovely human being. I've never had the opportunity to meet him before he passed, but yeah, from everything I've heard, like, man, the guy could be really volatile, kind of living life on the edge. Yeah, and when you start doing that, you're messing with people's money.
Yeah, that's it. You couldn't have said it better. Like I said, great in the ring, great worker, but. It's like, it takes more than just being a great worker. You got to get along with everybody and there's got to be compromise sometimes.
In 93, he had to be in his mid-30s, which in 93, being in your mid-30s was like being 60 now.
Yeah, no, we always talk about that too, Joe, on Unscripted. It's like we talk about, AJ Styles and Randy Orton and John Cena. They're all in their fucking 40s.
They're 50.
Yeah, and because it's changed. Back in the day, back when we grew up, if you were in the mid to late 30s, you were done. Like Hulk and Flair, when they got to their late 30s, we were like, they're old. That's it. Like, because they were traveling that style. They were traveling, 200 plus days a year to wrestle 300 plus house shows. And, they were drinking beer and fucking eating shitty fast food in diners and taking steroids and doing all that stuff. They were killing themselves. You don't do that now because you don't wrestle half as much, less than half as much now. And tanning and, doing healthy shit and making your body look as great as possible is the thing now, which is awesome. That's what it should have been. But when we grew up, it was like guys like that, they
didn't have doctors at in the backstage where it's like, oh, are you injured? Oh, you have a concussion? Oh, hold on. Let me check you out. They're like, no, just fucking go to the bar. You're hurt? Oh yeah, go to the bar. Here's some cocaine and a ball of Jack.
Are you injured or are you hurt?
Done.
Believe it or not, before we got Doink, we did get a WWF run from 85 to 86.
He was at WrestleMania.
March 2nd of 85.
Matt Borne was at WrestleMania.
He did a Rick McGraw, a little bit of time draw, but then on WrestleMania 1, March 31st, he faced Ricky the Dragon Steamboat in a featured undercard match.
Ricky Steamboat, Joe.
Obviously.
Look out, Steamboat on the outside, going up to the top turnbuckle. Matt Borne just getting to his feet, doesn't know where Steamboat is. Here he comes. Wow, some 15 feet across the ring. He got him.
He got him. A beautiful flying tackle off the top rope a la Jimmy Snuka.
Holy mackerel, talk about your excitement. We've got it right here on WrestleMania. As Ricky Steamboat, we're going to take a look here how this youngster literally flew through the air.
The winner of this bout, Ricky Steamboat.
Sensational victory for Ricky Steamboat.
Obviously, he won. That's what I heard. I heard Matt Borne won that match. Right?
He did not.
He didn't. No. But he worked mostly as enhancement talent, but gained TV time and exposure there. He left the WWF on April 29th of 86, following a loss to George Wells. Obviously, he had some issues outside of the ring. Yeah. But, there you go. So, yeah. And then we go into World Class Championship.
Squash match from George Wells.
Yeah. And World Class, he reformed the tag team with Buzz Sawyer in September of 86.
Let me stop you right there. Tournament. Talk about fucking two degenerates. Like Buzz Sawyer, another guy that I watched wrestle, and I was like, the talent on this motherfucker is crazy. Like Buzz Sawyer was so fucking great at selling. I challenge anyone to pause this episode. To Dave's point, all 19,000 of you that watch us every week. Shut up, Dave. Pause right now and go look up Buzz Sawyer. And he was a piece of shit degenerate, just kind of like Matt Borne was. And like you see these guys that are just fucking pieces of shit human being. And I look at their body of work though. Buzz Sawyer was so fucking good, and so was Matt Borne. And when Dave read the notes and I put the notes together for the tag team, I was like, what a, they should have been the greatest tag team ever. Like they were so fucking good. Like, and it's crazy when you get addicted and you get hooked on whatever, pills, alcohol, whatever, and or you're just a grade A piece of shit that steals money from people, which fucking Buzz Sawyer did. Undertaker, by the way, was a student of Buzz Sawyer.
Undertaker stole money? What?
No, Undertaker gave him money and Buzz Sawyer stole it from him. And, you know, Matt Borne is like the same way. Like, I'll train you how to wrestle. And fucking Buzz Sawyer took his money and Undertaker knocks on his door like a couple weeks later going, like, dude, remember you promised to train me? He woke up hungover. He's fucking answering his door in his underwear. Like, yeah, it's fucking crazy. Like, and you just see people like Buzz Sawyer and Matt Borne, all of the talent in the world, where maybe the three of us here would have to work towards it, right? We'd have to fucking practice and fucking, these guys are born with it, pun intended. These guys are just fucking like, Buzz Sawyer and Matt Borne were just, they got it. Like they just understood pro wrestling and the rhythm and the flow, and you just get mad. And then they choose to be
and apparently how to rip off rookies.
Right. Yeah. And they choose to be dickholes. They choose to be pieces of shit. It's crazy. Like so Dave said Buzz Sawyer, and I'm like, dude, these two guys, like the two biggest degenerates ever, like are two of the most talented wrestlers I've ever seen. Like legitly, like just
right.
They get it. They fucking get it. Go on, Dave. I'm sorry. I don't mean to stop you.
No, we'll go on to World Class Championship Wrestling, you know, or we already did, but part of that is they also feuded with the Dingo Warrior, which we all know is the ultimate.
Is Brutus Beefcake? Oh, sorry, I apologize.
No.
A dingo ate my baby.
Fair enough.
A dingo ate my United States Wrestling Association. No, that's where we're going next. He is a USWA Tag Team Champion twice with Jeff Jarrett. He won on September 29th of 89. He's also the WCWA Texas Heavyweight Champion.
Of course.
Multiple reigns, including defending against, you know, the Iron Sheik. Nothing to sneeze at. It's all right. And then we go into the WCW era as Big Josh.
Big Josh.
From 91 92.
So
that's who he was. I was like,
this was during when Jim Herd was trying to copy the WWF and make characters. And I remember when they got Big Josh in there. And, you know, WCW was famous for on their WCW Saturday Night and all their syndicated shows of having good matches. I remember multiple times Big Josh taking on people like Arn Anderson and all those Bobby Eaton and all those ilk, and they're killing it. Like they're fucking killing it. Like, and I'm watching this on a syndicated show as a fan, going, are they having match of the year right now? Like, you know, it's just, they were just that good. And you know, to watch Big Josh come in there and fucking jorts and fucking a flannel shirt and an axe handle and all that shit or whatever, but then watch Big Josh tear the goddamn house down. Like it's crazy. Like it's legitly crazy to, again, I love that we're telling the story of Matt Borne because he was really good. Really good. Like I'm not kidding when I say that. Like he was very good.
Yeah, absolutely. The major milestones there are his debut in 91 on WCW programming as a rugged outdoorsman, accompanied by lumberjacks. But in May of 91, he defeated Black Bart. It was his first major pay-per-view victory.
By the way, I'm not kidding too. So he comes down to the ring in that pay-per-view, and he has a bear, a legit bear with him. He's Big Josh. So they had handlers there, and an actual bear is walking down. So Big Josh has the leash, and he's walking him down. And as they get to the ring, the bear pisses all over it's fucking beautiful. Like
I remember this.
Pisses on the ramp. It's the best ever. And as he's walking, you see him go, because bear piss is like fucking fire hose. It's aggressive. And like it's the best ever. And Big Josh is like, this is where I am, like in life. And like he gets in the ring and he wrestles a good match. And so like it's so great. Like, but yeah.
Wait, pause. What pay-per-view is this? I gotta go back and watch it.
Super Brawl 1.
It's gotta be on YouTube somewhere.
Yeah, Super Brawl 1.
Super Brawl 1.
Yep.
What are we talking about?
But Dave, you're gonna get on.
He won a title here. I don't care. I want to know when the bear pissed on his.
It doesn't matter. He won the 6-man tag title here in WCW. So Dave, you got to get on to The main event. The big crown of his career.
Okay, I'll work on it. I mean, yeah, I said six-man tag champs with Dustin Rhodes and Tom Zink.
Fair enough.
It was short-lived, but it was cool. The United States Tag Team Championship in '92. He teamed with Ron Simmons, capturing one of WCW's respected secondary tag championships.
Joe and I love the U.S. tag titles. We've always it's the best. I love that title.
My favorite Extinct title.
You wouldn't have it now, yeah? Because
Dave, I would have it now. Don't you dare question Joe and I. Like, we would have it now. Don't be a dick. I apologize. I'm so sorry.
Ron with the spine buster. Northern exposure from Big Josh. 1, 2. We've got new champions.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners and now United States Tag Team Champions, the team of Big Josh and the All-American Ron Simmons.
Simmons adds another title to his collection of titles he has won here in WCW, and the first title for Big Josh.
So his final appearances came at Wrestle War '92. He departed WCW shortly after, leading to the most iconic phase of his career. So even though you're like, well, you're fucking up over here, you're on the booze and the meth or whatever. I don't know if it's meth. I'm just making things up. You're on the weed, sir. You gotta go. We're gonna send you to WWE. We're gonna do the Doink the Clown.
Dave, can I correct you real quick? Vince hired him. Thank you. They didn't send him. Vince hired him.
No, I get it. No, well, they sent him off in WCW to his shit.
Yeah.
And Vince is like, well, I gotta get that guy.
I love meth. I love bitches. Get him over here.
Yeah. So he had that radically different persona that would define the legacy. Doink the Clown. WWF wanted a dark psychological heel villain who stood out in the cartoonish early '90s environment. He was chosen because of his acting ability, his unpredictability, and his skill at portraying like unhinged characters. Because let's be real, Matt Borne is kind of unhinged at this time in his life.
I remember Doink, and
so he didn't really need to act all that much.
Yeah, the whole thing where like he would come down, he'd be laughing, and then he'd look at the camera and just get the scowl. Like it's one of my favorite like moments like in wrestling history. Like he was like this crazy evil clown. You're just like, of course. Like, and I loved what Vince did. Like it was more of a shot at the internet wrestling community and like all the people that like you like Crockett, you like all this stuff. This is '93, by the way. And so Vince is just like, yeah, like this guy is fucking, I'm going to hire a clown. He's going to be a clown. But then like the way he would look at the camera, he would laugh and then he'd just be like this scowl, like with no like black in his eyes, like just this black pupils. And like, you were just like, dude, this is awesome. Like, and then when he came out and finally attacked Crush and all that stuff, which Dave will get to, like, you're just like, dude, of course the clown's evil. He's a piece of shit. Like
we saw vignettes in '92. He would prank kids and he would turn sinister. He wrestled his first matches in January of '93. You would portray Doink as methodical, creepy, psychologically manipulative. He was technically proficient, and he was viewed as like the best version of Doink. We had to kind of like talk about the future a little more. There was multiple versions of Doink. I think nobody on this pod would think that this was not the best version of Doink.
Matt Borne is Doink, and I don't care like what anybody says. And like if he kept his shit together and didn't get fired, like he would have been one of the biggest faces in the company. Like I legitly, like he was really good.
It would have turned for him. Yeah, the feuds and moments that we have here on file. Feud with Crush, where Doink attacked him with the fake prosthetic arm. That was a big one.
Dude, like WrestleMania 9, he beat the shit out of him. Like he took a fake. He had a cast on. He took his fucking arm out of the cast, and he beat fucking Crush. And then at WrestleMania 9, Dave's gonna get to it. There's two Doinks.
We had the two Doinks.
Yeah, Which
And
the
people
second
freaked
Doink
out on
was
that for sure.
the second Doink was Skinner, Steve Kern. And so like
Steve
they had
Kern.
him come out and they did the
That's
whole
insane.
thing. And then Doink beat the shit out of him with the cast. And Bobby Heenan's like, batteries are falling out. He's beating fucking Crush so hard. Batteries are falling out with fucking cut. Like
But
it's
he
so
had matches
genius.
with
What's going on here? There's another one. He caught him from behind.
With that arm,
There's two pounds.
that arm was loaded the last time they checked it. I'm slapping myself in the face. You know what this is? This is an illusion.
No, it's another two of them.
Double doink.
Double two doinks. If one wasn't enough, oh my! There's things coming.
He broke it over his hand.
Look at
that.
They've got all kinds of things in that up.
How does he do it? Look at this. This is one of the greatest tricks I've ever seen. Remember what Doink said about double vision?
Oh.
There's a battery laying in the ring.
It was inside that prosthesis or whatever it is.
What a great illusion.
An illusion? What are you talking about?
That's not an illusion. I'm in a state of shock right now. There are two Doinks. You know, David Copperfield is responsible for this. He taught Doink that illusion. I believe it. That's not magic. That's cheating.
Exactly right.
It's magic.
It's cheating.
He had matches with Perfect and Savage and Jannetty too. Like there's a lot of stuff, you know.
When he beat Crush,
He
by the
was
way, at
doing
WrestleMania 9, like I'll never forget it. He beats him and he pins him and he gets up and he goes, and then he goes, and he gets so
it's so
angry,
good.
like,
Yeah.
and you just see him like that close up of him being so fucking pissed. Like you're like, God damn it! Like this guy is like evil.
And they started to base the music off of that too. Where you're like, and they go boom.
Yeah, and it was like,
drop.
yeah, his theme music was so great or whatever. The original Doink, the concept that Matt Borne had was so fucking brilliant. Like it was so good. And Vince was like, got to be like, oh, you want clowns? Here you go. And I'm like, what? God damn, Vince. Like in '93, you still had the thing, but you were so fucking caught up in the steroid tournament or the steroid trial and all that stuff. Like you just Vince couldn't.
I love you call it a steroid
tournament. It was a tournament, really.
I think it was. Well, you know, we
Like
we
Vince,
shift from
Vince
evil to
rolled people
comic,
under the
and,
bus, and the
by
tournament
way,
bracket like came down like to Hogan, and he's like, "And you're under the bus too," and like, yeah, it's a whole tournament.
So when you shift an evil clown to the comic clown, apparently most don't like that. Doink was no exception. Borne just liked the gimmick churning face, but personal issues also resurfaced. And by 1993, Borne was quietly released. Other wrestlers like Ray Apollo, Steve Kern took over the Doink role.
Ray Apollo was Steve
but
Kern.
not-
Steve Kern took over the house shows when Borne defected and they got fired. Skinner, which was Steve Kern, like he took over and so did Steve
Right.
Lombardi. Steve Lombardi, Brooklyn Brawler, he did shit too. Like they put him in there, like, well,
Wow.
we want to cover the house shows or whatever. And then Ray Apollo was the face Doink, which what we saw in '94 or whatever, and like he sucked. Like, but at the same time, Ray Apollo was not a bad pro wrestler, and I don't mean to shit on him. Or he did what he had to do, but like he sucked. Like he wasn't the evil Doink. Like Borne was the was Doink.
sometimes when someone gets handed a persona and you're asked to like pick up the pace, it's never the same.
Well, you're going to talk about too, like when he's on the indie promotions, he's called Matt Borne again, and he's half Doink and half Matt Borne, and like
he's the Borne.
It's great.
He's the Borne again persona in '94. So yeah, after leaving WWF, he resurfaced in ECW as a darker character. And he debuted on August 27th, 94 in Philadelphia. He presented himself as a distorted, stripped-down version of Doink, a nod to that psychological trauma of the character. He was called Born Again, a play on the name in his supposed transformation, which is really cool.
It was really awesome.
It's a great idea. So he had some notable matches. I'm going to try to get to those because everyone's jumping around. He was in the NWA World Heavyweight Championship Tournament, and in October of '94, sorry, this is blocking. He defeated Ray Odyssey at an ECW event, and he had short feuds with Kevin Sullivan and other ECW mid cards there. But why did it run short?
Are you there, Dave?
You know,
Sorry, you're frozen.
Paul Lee, he liked the idea, but Bourne's inconsistency and personal troubles always limited the push. The Born Again character was ahead of its time. It was reality based. It was creepy, a precursor to later psychological gimmicks like Raven or early Mankind. But I think we all agree that Bourne had his own demons that he was dealing with.
Yeah.
It was hard to, let's just say it's hard to keep a schedule, right?
Yeah.
But he went to Independence, and in 95 and 2013, he wrestled across dozens of independent promotions, often reprising the Doink gimmick with or without licensing. They didn't care, apparently. But the key circuits were the U.S. independent promotions, Southern and Midwest, special appearances in Canada, and he would have occasional bookings overseas. But by the late 2000s, he would reinvent the Doink character. Again, reimagining as Reborn Again, a psychological face-painted persona meant to blend Doink with his own real-world struggle. He worked for indie promotions like Pro Wrestling Unplugged, NWA Northeast, and various Texas-based promotions. And he actually won a championship in 2010, the Wrecking Ball Wrestling Championship.
Sure.
As Doink the Clown. It's kind of cool, you know? He was booked for other nostalgia shows, WWE New Generation era stuff, things like that. And he had some health decline. He battled long-term issues with drugs and alcohol, which is pretty evident to what we talked about. He would still give interviews and appeared in conventions from 2012 to 2013, openly discussing his career in the darker side of the wrestling business. He did pass away, unfortunately, on June 28th of 2013. He was found dead in Plano, Texas at 55. Man. An accidental morphine and hydrocodone overdose. Heart disease was also noted.
Fair enough.
Death.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, it's
that's a wicked cocktail.
Yeah, I hate to say it. It's the classic story, bro. Like it fucking sucks, man. Like he had the demons probably way back in the 80s. Let's be fair.
100%.
You know,
but here's the question. I mean, are we that far removed from everything where we still can't induct Matt Borne as Doink?
No, we are not, and we should be. And like that's the thing is like now that WWE brought the library as well, like to me, I'm just like, dude, this guy had NWA lineage. He had Mid-South, which was part of the NWA at the time. He had WCW after Turner brought it. And he went to your fucking
history.
And then, by the way, he went to your fucking company and did one of the coolest fucking, characters ever. And I know it was like barely a year, that he did it, but still, like Matt Borne was like just really like.
It's still pretty iconic. Like if
most people talk about Doink
that name and remember that gimmick,
but it's not like he did.
And that's
go ahead, Joe.
No, I'm just saying, and people remember it because that gimmick in the hands of a lesser wrestler doesn't go anywhere.
Right.
Like,
it goes nowhere. By the way, like nowhere.
Like so many times, like especially in WWE, like they were given, like sometimes you're given a shitty gimmick that you can't do anything with.
Joe,
sometimes
you're
given
you're given
a gimmick. Well, no, but sometimes you're given a gimmick that, like, the person brings it to life. Like was there something that Kane, what's his name? What's Kane's real name?
Glenn Jacobs.
Yeah. Was there something that Glenn Jacobs could have done with the evil dentist? Probably not. But like, obviously, like Undertaker, or like Mark Callis getting the Undertaker, he brought that character to life. He made something which was kind of probably a shitty gimmick. Matt Borne was the same way. Like he took what could have been a really shitty gimmick. You're going to be a clown, and he's like, okay,
right.
Yeah, I can do that, and made it something absolutely memorable and iconic.
Yeah. Well, not only that, on the biggest stage, you can say what you want about WWF in '93, but like the fact that Vince is like, yeah, dude, just go on and be this fucking evil clown. Like people want to call our wrestlers a clown. That's awesome. But you know what? You're going to be evil. You're going to be twisted. And like, that's pretty fucking awesome.
Funny.
Like,
you feel like Yeah, Vince is like, "Oh, you want to do a clown? We'll give you a clown." I can totally see him saying that.
I really wish that that he stayed.
We'll
and
give you a clown, pal.
I would, yeah, because I think Doink finally left in like early '95 or whatever. I was like, well, they're done with the character. But then they've had him come back for gimmick battle royals and all this other shit. Like really the fact that if Matt Borne could have done that, what a great thing for him. Like but he unfortunately no, and like Vince just had other people come back as the character and Ray Apollo, which he did the best he could. Like the whole thing. But the fact that Matt Borne couldn't come back or whatever, but. To Dave's point, or Joe, I don't know if you brought it up, or Dave, but yeah, he should be in the Hall of Fame because first of all, because they have other people lesser in the Hall of Fame. And then second, like, he just
100%.
Doink was a big, people still to this day be like, oh, like Doink? Like, they'll say that. And I'm like, if you can reference him, like, he's iconic. Like, he's a guy that,
it doesn't matter what you think about it. If he's a goober or you hate him or you loved him, you still remember him. And that's how wrestling works. Because there's going to be a lot of people that we saw this last week on wrestling or at last PLE that we will not remember.
The first Doink the Clown, the evil Doink, is one of the greatest WWF characters ever. Like he really is. Yeah. Like he just legitly is.
Yeah. Yeah, and a lot of people missed it in the beginning, but you're right. Yeah. For audio fans, give us a listen to Apple, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. And for video, check us out on YouTube at our wrestling channel. And look to your left for Jess's options. He likes
fuck off,
and he would really love.
Excuse me.
If you gave him a follow on Instagram at O.W.P 2019, because he would definitely give you a thank you. For Jess, Joe, and myself, this is the O.W.P signing off. Have a good one.
Stop breathing.
What?